right, we're back this week with Chris again. Thanks again for coming on.
Thank you for having me again.
Yep, we're playing some Tsuro this week where we play as dragons, and we start off on this board on one of these little yellow hash marks that go all the way around it. We just place our piece there. I'll play as white if you want to grab yours.
Okay, we'll do in just a second.
Let me see where I want to start from. I'll start from right here.
Okay.
And then we basically just take turns laying tiles down and moving our pieces according to how the tiles are laid out. That's going to give this deck here a shuffle. And we will each be drawing 3 cards out of it. All right, I'm going to bring a die into here. Just roll, maybe roll to see who goes first or something like that.
Okay.
It's plastic. D6. All right. And I got a 6, so go ahead and roll, and then if we get a tie, we'll roll again.
Okay. 1 second. Mine keeps freezing up every now and then. It'll take a while to come back. There we go. There it is. Okay.
You just hover over it, and it should tell you what it is.
That's
So,
a 2.
yep.
So you go first.
All right. So basically, the hash mark that I'm standing on is where my path will start from. So I'm just going to lay this title down here, and then lock it. And I am on this outside track right here.
Okay.
Oh, the piece fell off. There we go.
Dragons have been drinking.
Yep.
We tried to stop them, but you just can't stop a dragon from drinking. Okay. I think I'm just going to come straight out into the middle, I think.
Yep. And I'll lock that for you once you're done. Yeah, and the locking is just part of Tabletop Simulator, how we just don't want to have a tile be put next to something else and have it be pushed around.
Yeah.
All
Yeah, the
right.
physics on this game can be a little finicky. I can imagine if you're playing, like I think we said last week, if you're playing something like chess, it's pretty much impossible.
Yeah, unless you actually just, like lock the pieces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So every turn, we draw a new tile. This tile right here, this dragon tile, is used when there is no more tiles left in the deck. With only 2 people, we probably shouldn't. We probably won't be using that. But I'll go ahead and lay my second tile down. And now my path goes up to here. And that's the end of my turn. Still have to follow.
Okay. So, new card. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I'll play that one. Got this nice crossroads looking thing here. Adjust my camera a little bit. Okay, and I'm assuming we have to follow the direct path. Like I couldn't split off of any of those, correct?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think the only way you can split off is if you route it around and then it comes back into a different path.
Okay, yeah, I assume that'd be the case.
All right, I'm going to draw another tile. Let's see where to go. And basically the one rule of this game is you're not allowed to eliminate yourself on purpose. The only way you can do that is if you have there's no other options. So I'm going to lay this tile down. Nope, not there. Here. And he'll move up to here.
Okay.
They have a sequel, which is called Tsuro of the Seas as well, but in that one, the dragons are actually, you're playing against them. You have boats, and then the dragons are on the board, and they move depending on of the roll of the die. We might play that one in the future.
Yeah, that could be quite fun. Nice change up.
Yeah,
Change up.
these games are pretty easy, but I figure this one would just be a good way to start because you're not adding in a whole lot of different mechanics right away.
Okay, I'm gonna be cheeky. Zoop. Okay.
All right, gonna draw one more.
One thing I have noticed with Tabletop Simulator is when you put cards in your little hidden area here, they overlap. And I can imagine that's good for a standard card game, like a standard deck of cards. But in this, when you kind of need to see the whole thing, it can be a little.
Yeah, and the only way to get around that really is if you hold down the Alt key, you can pull your mouse left to right or right to left, and then it'll show each one as your mouse passes over it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it'll be zoomed in as well.
yeah. I just think it would be nice to have them laid out with no space, with a space between them, so I can see the whole thing rather than do that.
All right, gonna see where this
I'm just
path
a little
goes.
bit fussy. That's all.
There we go. I'm just going straight.
Okay.
Okay.
How do I want to do this? That one. Or. Yeah, I think I'll do the same.
You know, and obviously, the more players you have, the more likely it is that you'll have people crashing into each other and things like that as well.
Ooh, hello. Okay.
I think that is lock that for you. Draw another tile. Actually,
I've just realized I have pretty much nowhere to go. Okay. Can't do that. I could. There we go. Okay.
right on here, I can go draw. Gotta draw a tile.
Always forget to draw tiles.
That doesn't hook into anything. This does. Rotate it. Oh, that takes me out. I can't play that.
That's a bad idea.
See if I can rotate it. I don't think there's any way I can rotate that thing actually not out of the board.
Good. You could take it yourself back into this space, but you're kind of relying on getting back up into here to do that.
Crossroads won't work. I will.
If you rotate it again,
Ah, there we go.
you're just kind of boxing yourself in a little bit and hoping you can get somewhere on your next turn.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I'll draw. I think this will work.
Nice.
Now I'm back over here. I'm still kind of on the bottom. And I need a way to be able to get into these other paths, but
Yeah, but you're in a better position than you were. I can do that. Okay. Okay.
All right.
I can't imagine what this would be like with 4 people.
Yeah, I think you. Yeah, I think with 4 people, the best option is just to start as far away from each other as possible.
Yeah.
See if I can. That work? It does. Oh, that really
I would
dictates.
flip that round a bit if I were you.
Yeah, I have another path tile that can hook into this one,
Okay.
so it should be good.
I was going to say, if you were to rotate that again, you could get up to here.
Yeah, gonna try to get it into here. At least then, if I can get up to middle or the upper middle next turn maybe.
Yeah, okay. I just realized, why am I helping you? That's not the point. Okay. This is such a simple design element. Just these lines.
Yeah,
And
it was probably when they designed it. I would imagine they probably had to really think about like the only really issue would be making it so it's balanced and you don't have like too many lines that make it impossible to play the game. But
yeah.
all
Yeah,
right,
but it's a really good idea. Like I can imagine it was pretty easy to develop out. It's just like you said, just playtesting it, making sure the balance is right. That's always the trick. One day I may go ahead and get the board game that I've designed built up in here, and we can play that.
oh no, that takes me out. Where is the I need it? There it is. That takes me up to here now.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, I've had a prototype board game sitting in my spare room for the last month or so.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because this you basically just use tools like Photoshop to like create your board, and then you just upload that image. Like I think you upload it to the internet,
Yeah,
and then you can when you create a board, you just say here's the URL, and then it loads it.
yeah. That's and my only problem is I don't have any artistic skill whatsoever. So the what I have created is very boring looking. That's one thing I need to work on. I wanted to go ahead and get the mechanics down before I actually brought someone on board to do some art for me.
Yeah, this is probably like this game is probably designed like that, where they just had these lines on paper, and then had somebody come in and like do like painting or whatever style they use for these tiles.
Yeah. But hey, if anyone watching this right now knows how to draw like comic booky superhero things, let me know. I would be interested in talking to you.
There we go.
Okay. Getting pretty low on tiles now. Down to 12.
Yep, or 11 in the deck actually now.
11 now, yeah. Uh, I think I'll come and play up there as well. Let's see. Okay.
All right. Gotta move my guy off there a little bit to get the. And I was here, so now I'll be.
Up top.
Yep.
You're on this line.
Yeah, so I think it goes. Let me see which one I was on. Maybe, where's it at? It doesn't really matter. Nope.
Yeah, it must have been that top one because you came from down here. Okay. work. Can almost feel the end of the game approaching.
Yeah, the board's getting pretty full. I mean, I imagine it's mostly going to be happening in
Oh yeah.
these tiles here because there's no point to play anything really on the, or I guess you really can't play anything on the outside unless you're connected to it. Lock that tile in. Straight tile. Yeah, so I think the only thing you can do is either play something in the kind of to the left of it, above it that goes around and hopefully links into another path.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, so if I just do that. Oh, there we go. Oh, hello.
And now I think before I play a tile, I think I have to move to the end of here. Okay, let me see. Yep, still got to draw one. Which tile was this? That's straight. Let me see where this actually takes me. Yeah, I was here. Straight down.
Yeah.
Cross, back, way. Well, actually, I get eliminated if I do that.
No, that comes. Where were you? You were here, right?
No, I was on this. Oh, wait, the one I laid down was this one, so I was right
You
here.
were here, so you come across here, down around this way, and up to here.
Okay, there it
That's
is.
what I. That's what I'm seeing.
All right, yeah, there's way too many intersecting paths going on right now.
Okay. 4 tiles left. 3 tiles now. Okay.
Where can I go? I can go up and to the left, pretty much.
I'm actually really enjoying this. I didn't. I know we kind of previewed it last week after we finished. Had
Yeah,
a look,
we were just kind of looking at the.
and it looked confusing as all hell. But actually playing it, I really love the games that look confusing but play simplistically but are actually quite complex.
Yeah, I mean, like the more tiles you lay out, the board can get kind of complex because like you have stuff that it turns and it curves and then it goes. It's like it loops around on itself and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna play it safe.
All right, I'll lock it in. All right, this is the last tile, I guess, and then I guess we just play the tiles we have left after that. All right, let me see what I have here. can.
Okay.
So yeah, it might be possible that we none of us, neither of us, get eliminated. But like we were saying earlier, the more players you add to it, the more likely it is that the players will crash into each other or get knocked out off the board.
Yeah.
Especially in the sequel, which has kind of like a more random element where you have dragons that are you're not playing as the dragons, you're playing against them. Right, nothing more to draw. So let's see if I can
And I'm down to my last tile, so
play that. That's
you are after this as well.
oh, that'll get me. Well, it might be the only option I have as well. In
Yeah.
that case, let's see here. It's here. Back around. Up. Oh, I get eliminated by doing that. I can't use that tile. We'll see if this tile has any.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah. So I think since my only tiles do eliminate me, I am over here, and that is a game. It looks like
That is game.
good game.
It's probably lucky because I don't think I could have done anything next turn.
Yeah,
Actually,
unless, but you may have gotten to where a path just. I think yeah, the ways to lose are to get run into, go off of the board, or get caught in an infinite loop. From
yeah.
what I've read. Yeah, so you'd be down here, up here. It's down, down. Yeah, that
Yeah.
would
Down here.
have gone off the board too.
Yeah.
And we'll just play this just for fun, I guess. There we go. But yeah, it's a pretty simple game, but it can get kind of complex when you have the entire board filled up. But
Yeah, I can imagine like to watch, like, especially if you don't know anything about the game, when you're just watching, it's a little daunting looking at it and going, okay, so what is this? What's going on here? But actually having played it, it's such a simple game to get your head around, and once you do get into it, you really do start thinking about it, and that's kind of what I look for in board games.
yeah, the sequel does adds to it, but it doesn't add so much that it makes it really confusing. The only thing it adds really is it adds these other dragons that are placed on the board randomly, and when you roll dice each turn, and I think on certain numbers the dragons will activate, and when they activate you roll another die to see what direction they move, and if they happen to move onto a tile that you're on, they destroy that player, or if like or if a ship would, because you use ships in that game, if a ship would drive into a dragon, it gets eliminated as well.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Do they have that one on here?
I think so. I don't know if I'll have to go and see, because sometimes stuff will be on the Steam Workshop, and then maybe the author will take it down, or the company will ask for it to be removed. So
Yeah.
some stuff isn't on here permanently.
Yeah. It's a pretty lively place with stuff getting taken down. Because I mean, I can understand why companies would get a little hesitant with their stuff up here. Because if you're playing it here, then you won't necessarily need to buy it. But
I would rather still be able to play it in person if I was able
oh
to.
yeah,
But,
oh yeah.
yeah,
I think it's where I am. We don't have a lot of friends close by, so we don't really have game nights. So this is really the only way to go, and this and various methods of playing Cards Against Humanity online.
yeah. I think with Cards Against Humanity, I don't think their game is essentially free to play anyway.
They're open source. They don't care what you do with it as long as you don't make money off of it.
Yeah, so there's Cards Against Humanity. Cards Against Humanity, I think, was like the very first game I saw on the Steam Workshop, which wasn't surprising because when you're actually making these games, or when people actually make them, like just card games are probably the easiest because all you need is just images of the cards, and you
Yeah.
run them through like a deck generator, and then you just put them in the game.
Yeah, well, and Cards Against Humanity looks so simple. It's so easy to build because it's just plain black or white background and plain black or white font.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about all of these graphics or image files. You can just literally put the text on a card.
Yeah, exactly.
Be done.
And a game like this is also pretty simple because these are basically just cards that the guy who created them just sized them to be square and not rectangular,
Yeah.
and then he just put in like some tokens and then and a board, and that's about it.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
No, I enjoyed it. That was a really good game.
yeah, no problem. And hopefully we'll try something. Well, I'll see what's new on the workshop. There's stuff being added pretty much every day.
Yeah.
So
I would love to play a game of Munchkin if it's up there. I know you've said there's a couple of,
I
but
think Munchkin was up there, and then I think it got taken down. But I think I actually saved because when you download these games or when you subscribe to them in the Steam Workshop, it gets when you load it, it caches into your hard drive. So
okay.
the next time you play it, it loads off your hard drive. Because at first, the reason some games load slowly at first is it's going on to the internet and pulling in all the image files and I don't think it pulls these pieces off the internet, but like any graphics that are like custom for the game are pulled off the internet and then it's stored locally. So what I did was I went into the folder where the cache was and I just saved it.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, maybe if we get some of the other players back next week, we'll try some Munchkin or something like that.
Yeah, because that's just such a fun game anyway to play.
Yeah, I think the only times I've played it were at Intertacular, and then my only issue with it is like as soon as somebody is about to win, he just gets ganged up on.
Oh, that's the most fun part of the game. I played it once with my friends back home, and we played with about three or four of the different game types, like Super Munchkin and Munchkin Zombies and Munchkin Cthulhu and all of that, and a few of the expansion packs. So, the stack of cards that we're playing with is pretty high. And it got to that like level 9 combat, and that's when everything came out. We were throwing monsters down on there, throwing plus points, and in the end, it was like 200 plus points of combat that this guy had to fight.
Yeah, the one time when I was playing Intertacular, I don't remember who got to level 9, but so I think he drew a monster out of the deck, and then everybody just played spells that just increased its power. So it was a pretty powerful creature to begin with. And then somebody added on a card that basically made it so there was two copies of it. And
Yeah.
then there was, all the other spells that were like, like giving it like, like +2 attack and all the other stuff you can add to it.
Hmm.
And then I think after that, I don't think we even finished the game because I think we had like dinner reservations because we started playing pretty late, but
Yeah, that game can go a bit crazy if you let it.
yep.
You have to eventually get to the point where you just let someone win sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's what we did. I think the next time we just played. I think the rule is if you're level 9, you can mess with them still, but like we just made it so you couldn't like make it impossible.
Yeah.
Like
There,
make it so where the thing's got 400 health points and it's like been doubled, so now it's at 800 and stuff like that.
there is a fantastic card in the zombies version of the game where if you help someone win, you get to steal the level increase from them. So they don't get a level increase, but you do. So I used that once it was a level 9 combat. The other guy was level 9 as well, so he would have won that game if he'd won the combat. And he didn't realize there was anything suspect with me telling him I'd help him win.
Yeah,
And so,
except that yeah, then you get to 10 and he basically
yeah,
stays at 9.
yeah. So I got the level and won the game. And I did that twice in a row, 2 games in a row, and no one suspected me of it.
Yeah, because I think there's cards like I know like in the base game, like if a player is an elf and they're trying to help you, well, they're helping you, but then also whenever they help somebody, they gain a level instantly as
Yeah,
well.
they get the level increase as well. It's the only race in the game that does that without without other cards being used. So yeah, always question an elf if he's asking you to
Yeah.
help.
All right, so I think that's going to wrap up this episode. This will be posted probably up on YouTube and at iceforum.org/tabletop once it gets processed on YouTube. I want to thank Chris again for coming on and playing this game with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm really
No
enjoying
problem.
this series.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun game, and like I do hope to try to pick up the physical copy at some point. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of people I can play with locally either, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So people, if you do like this game, if you like the look of it, go to Amazon, go buy the game, go support the creators of this game because independent game creators need that help.
Yep. All right. We'll see all of you next time.
Goodbye.